Hello friends, my name is Srinivas and I welcome you to my channel Coding Skills. As part of this video, we will learn how to connect to a database using a simple JDBC programming. So very basic first step is we need to import the required classes. The java.sql.connection, java.sql.driver manager and java.sql.sql exception. So all these three are from SQL package. The next step is we should focus on the URL of the database. If you observe the URL, so it is JDBC colon PostgreSQL. So right now, in this example, I am connecting to Postgres database, hence the driver class refer to it. So then there is a local host. Local host indicates that right now I am connecting to a database which is existing in my local machine. Suppose if you are trying to connect to a database which is there in some other machine or it's in the network, then you need to mention the IP address of that particular machine wherever the database is running. And 5432 is the default port number for the Postgres. And the next step is this is the database name which is there in my local machine. Let me show you so this is the database name I'm referring to it. The next step is the username and password. I'm using Postgres as the username and password as also Postgres. Once you have these three information handy, the next step is we need to declare the connection object. So once the connection object is declared, the next step is there is a class.forName. We need to load the driver class. So here the driver class is specific to Postgres because I'm connected to Postgres. Suppose if you are trying to connect to a different database, you need to mention the respective driver class name. Once the class loaded successfully, the next step is you need to establish a connection with the information that is already having. The connection equal to driver manager.get connection, URL, username, and password. These are the three inputs for this particular method. Once this statement gets executed successfully, you will see the message as connected to database successfully. Suppose if there is any issue as part of this execution, it might throw an exception, SQL exception. So if you observe the catch statement, there are two things. One is SQL exception, the other one is a class not found exception. Class not found exception will be thrown by this particular statement, whereas SQL exception will be thrown by this particular statement. In either case, there is also a finally block. Finally block is a block which is executed, either the code is executed as part of the try block or the catch block. So what are the statements that needs to be focused on the finally block? Closing of the connection, because it is developer responsibility to make close. So here we are checking if the connection is not null, means if the connection is open, then we are trying to close. Suppose if its connection is not opened at all, so then this statement will never be executed. And if you observe here, though this is single line, once again this has to be wrapped inside a try catch block, because this particular statement itself will throw a SQL exception. So we are done with the very basic coding. Let's learn how it will execute. So first time, like if I'm running, it is going to give us an error. So I wanted to show you that. See that class not found exception. The reason is this driver class, it is not able to identify as part of the expression because I have not added this particular driver in my class path. Let's do that. I have already downloaded this particular driver class in my folder, PostgreSQL. I'm going to add it in my build path. This is an external jar. Once you add it into the class path, then it is going to be loaded as part of the execution. Let's run this program again. Connecting to database, connect to database successfully, connection closed. So because it was able to identify the driver, it has closed, executed the remaining statements without any issue. Suppose if you make any type error within the let's say database name itself is wrong. Let's see what you'll see the result. See, it has tried to connect to a database, but database Postgres 1 does not exist. So you'll see the respective message. This is coming as part of the cache block. So this is how it will look like with the simple JDBC programming. And once the database is connected successfully here, and this is a place where the remaining statements can be queried. You can perform any kind of operations.